One bonus thing that you can do with Revit that I wouldn't have been doing with AutoCAD drawings, whenever I have a complete set of construction drawings, I also add some 3D drawings so that the contractor or the owners can look at it and real quickly and easily see what the building's going to look like from the outside. If I double click on the 3D button, I can real quickly, just by holding shift, pressing my wheel in, I can spin around the house. I could also use or I can use my view cube up here to look at different perspectives and move it around and spin it around that way. Grab hold of this little ring. So this is my standard 3D view, and I get that from clicking on the default 3D view. If I want to make another one of these, the easiest way to do so is to right click in my project browser. I can say duplicate, and now I have a copy. So I'm just going to rename this to 3D-1. We'll do -2. And then I'm going to spin it around again so I can see the backside. And I'm going to duplicate this. Rename that 3D-3. And then I will spin this back around where it was, seeing as much as much of the roof, the foundation, everything as I can. And if I wanted to, I could add a topo surface to this. I could add driveway, I could add plantings. A lot of customers will ask that you basically put some of the stuff that would make this look more realistic so they could see what it would look like with different colored sidings, different roofing options. But with my standard package, I basically just do these real quickly so they can see what it's going to look like, get a good idea of the form of the building. Then I go to my sheets and I start looking for places where I could put these drawings. They don't have to be to scale, they don't have to be real large. So I could probably fit one here if I wanted to. I might be able to fit 2 here, maybe one big one. So just simply drop that in there. And I'm going to, it's a little bit big there, so I'm going to click on it. And I'm going to change the scale to a 1/16, make it half the size. And I'm going to leave that right there. And then I'm going to bring in 3D3 as well, change it to the same scale. And there, within a few minutes, I have 2 completely different looks, 3D looks at the outside of the building. You could actually do the same thing with the inside of the building simply by going to a floor plan view, and I don't actually have kitchen cabinets modeled in here. These are just model lines. I'll try doing a bathroom picture. But I could come up to the view, I can click 3D view, choose the camera, and I drop the camera right here, and I look that direction. And basically what I'm going to have to do with this is stretch it out a little bit so I can actually see what's going on. And the more I stretch it out, the more distorted it gets, the less real it looks. See, the toilet's pretty strange looking. And then I could simply click on that. I come down here and I could change the visual style to realistic. I could decorate this, put different things on the wall. I actually have a vanity top on top of here. Looks like it. This one's backwards. Drop that back against the wall. Put a shower curtain in, do a lot of different things, and I could render it. But a real basic one, I now have this 3D view. It's a camera view that I'm going to rename to bath. And then just real quickly, I'll go into this view here, this sheet, find my bath 3D drawing, drop it on there. And I'm going to change the scale. This out here. And the only way that I can reduce the size of this is by actually making it smaller and then zooming in, and this isn't going to fit on that sheet. So I'd have to make a completely different camera view to get this to work. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that. And the next one that I'm going to show is a 3D section. So in order to do that, I have to go to my 3D view. I'm just going to click on the 3D default view. I'm going to go over to my view cube, and this little arrow here, I'm going to come down here until I fall into these three different options. Orient to view. So I could orient this to the first floor plan view. And what's significant about this is I can hold my shift button down. This is actually a 3D view. Hold my shift button down, push my wheel in, and I can spin this up. So it's basically cutting it at the cut plane and letting you look down inside the floor plan. It's a real nice way of showing everything that's going on, showing traffic patterns, furniture layouts, different things like that. This box right here is my section box. So what this allows me to do is I can bring this in and I can cut out certain sections of the wall. And basically tell it where I want it to be cut, what I want to see. If I wanted to look at the second floor, I could have oriented it to the second floor, or if I want to look at the attic, in this case, I can basically move this around to any point that I want. And a lot of times what I'll do is I'll do this in stair towers where I have some stairs. They're complicating things. And grab that from the bottom, extend it down. Now I can see my basement floor. Basically just stretch all four sides in. Inside the walls. And now I have a nice 3D section that I can look at and see what's going on. And if I really want to, I can click on individual components. I can hide those so that I can see through. I can also get rid of the scope box, this 3D box, the section box, and I lose everything there. So I'm going to go back, and I can go into my visibility graphics and annotation categories. I can turn off my section box so I don't see it. So there I get a nice view of the stairs, a 3D section of the stairs. There's a lot of different options, a lot of different things that you can do with this. Any place that there's a little bit of confusion where you want to clarify things within a couple minutes, you can have add a real nice drawing to your set of drawings.